Here's my throwback, and I don't care if it's Thursday. Gaming Apocalypse. Way back in 1977, almost half a century, folks, I researched data for a story set in a government war game division. This was not retirees playing Risk, and this was way before thumb games on your little cell phone. A defense research war game took many months to research and set up. For example, NATO fights conventional war against Warsaw Pact. Nations duking it out with tanks, planes, soldiers, all armed with researched tactics and geography. Dice were thrown by randomized electronics. Game over in seconds, followed by weeks researching the winners and the losers. Casualties in the millions. But I remember two stark facts. One, in a NATO Warsaw kerfluffle, the world ran out of penicillin within 10 days. And two, in every confrontation, every scenario, every strategy, the winner was always the guy with the biggest blue water navy. Understand now, 50 years ago this planet was enthralled with space wars, satellite surveillance, ICBMs, cruise missiles, aircraft to die for. All of this was new stuff. So it came as a nasty surprise, since militaries in Europe are traditionally ground pounders. The Spanish, the Greeks, and above all the Brits knew the value of a navy, and so did Alfred Thayer Mahan, who wrote The Influence of Sea Power Upon History in 1890. 137 years later, Mahan is still right. Navies are not critical. They are decisive, especially the right boats. Hitler refused Admiral Dönitz' warning 2,000 U-boats were needed to win the war. The iron clunker Bismarck was sunk by ferries, namely the ferry Swordfish biplane. They were launched from ships. Now, when you think about it, it's common sense. Listen to your admirals, King, Dönitz, Mahan. When the Soviet Union sank, they had the second biggest navy on Earth, thanks to Admiral Sergei Gorshkov. Star Wars or not, you want to get food, tanks, equipment, ammo anywhere, you're going to float them there. As the Navy Admiral Melvin Douglas said in The Americanization of Emily, this earth is 3/5 water. That's the way God made it, and by God, that's the way it's going to stay.
Thomas Page is the author of the sci-fi cult classic The Man Who Would Not Die, and co-host along with Cheyenne Cockrell on the Get Published radio show with your host Gerald Everett Jones.